Good afternoon, one and all. Welcome to my video. In this video, I'm gonna be teaching you about how to learn basically learning the client-side storage and databases. What do I mean by that? Is basically we are gonna learn about local storage, session storage, IndexedDB, work SQL, and cookies. What do I mean by all of these? If you do not know, let me show you. If you go to the Chrome, go to Inspect, head over to your application section right there. So here you can see in the storage, basically these are the storage that the browser offers us, like local storage, session storage, IndexedDB, web SQL, and cookies. Let us learn about that one by one. This is our first introduction video. So let's learn about local storage. What is local storage? So let me read a definition of that. It's limited up to 5 megabytes and can contain any strings. Local storage is not accessible from the web workers or service workers. Cookies have their uses, but should not be used for storage. In simple language, I would say local storage is kind of like a Redis cache. It can store like a key value, strings, right? So you might ask, hey, what are the applications, Somil, of local storage? For example, let's say on the browser, whenever you click on a certain card, certain products, that product sometimes on their website, they come as, oh, you have already viewed this product, So to save the state, basically, we can use local storage. So basically for each product or each card, we can have its unique ID, that is an ID, you know what I mean. So then you will check basically when you are searching, when you are loading the results, you would say, hey, is that ID on the database? If it is on the database, mark it as it was already viewed. You see some of the logic? Session storage. Session storage basically is a property of accessing a session storage object for current origin. Session storage is similar to local storage. The only difference is while the data in the local storage does not expire, the data in the session storage expire. For example, as soon as your browser is open, as soon as you close the browser, the session is over. So that's a session storage, okay? Let's look at the third one, IndexedDB. IndexedDB is a low-level API for a client-side storage of significant amount of structured data, including files and blobs. The API user indexes enable high-performance searches of this data, while the web storage is useful for storing smaller amounts of data. It is less useful for storing larger amounts of structured data. IndexedDB provides a solution. So basically for storing structured data for our blob objects or our file objects, use IndexedDB. So basically caching techniques, okay? Let's look at the web SQL. Web SQL is a web page API for storing web data in a database that can be queried using variant of SQL. So basically using a SQL-like language, you can query that, okay? Let's look at a web cookie. An HTTP cookie, also called as web cookie, internet cookie, browser cookie, or simply cookie, is a small piece of data sent from a website and stored on the user's computer by the web browser while the user is browsing. So basically it stores that information on our browser. Cookies were designed to be reliable mechanism for websites remember stateful information such as item added in the shopping cart in an online store, or record the user browsing activities, including clicking a particular button, logging in, recording which page were visited, and etc. So these are some of the things that you can do with web cookies. These are the supports for the local storage. So most of all the modern browsers supports local storage, so you can use it. I'm gonna be showing you the coding aspect in the next video. So this was a very introduction video, basically how to get started with these database services that we have. So let's recollect the memory. So basically there are there are 5 types of basically databases. Those are local storage, session storage, IndexedDB, web SQL, cookies. Now let me show you actually a demo on I'm gonna show you the first local storage. I'm gonna be showing you in this video. So in order to use local storage, here you can see, as I said, it's like a key value pair. Right now I don't have anything, right? You can see that, right? Now what I can do is, guys, I can add values on this. Basically, I'm gonna show you. Give me one sec. So what you can do is, we can say, first of all, in order to set any item, so you can say local storage dot set items, okay? And it takes a key value pair, okay? As I said, name. As soon as I say this, now if you go to the application section, let me see. should be there here. Oops. Yep, here you can see name Saumil Shah. It's there, right? So this is how you would basically set an item. In order to get an item, it's pretty simple. You can say local storage dot get items, and you can provide a name. So the key value, remember, so it was there, so it returned it. So if you try something crazy, it's not gonna come, right? So pretty simple tutorial. If you want to remove anything, simple as that, local storage dot remove item, and then you would say the name of the key basically. So remove item and name. So of course you can do that. Now let me show you the last operation, local storage dot clear. So now basically this should clear your entire local storage. You see how efficiently you can using these temporary storage on the web browser. So you can basically cache basically like DOM elements, or particular, as I said, like if you wanna like an ID or some kind of a unique identifier. So you can do a lot of things with these kind of storage. So I wanted to give you a very introduction video on these sort of storage. So local storage, session storage, IndexedDB, Web SQL, and cookies. In the upcoming videos, we'll be looking code for each one of them: local storage, session storage, IndexedDB, Web SQL, and stuff like that. Hope you have enjoyed this small tutorial and a walkthrough. If so, kindly do give a like to the video. If you have any additional questions, you may list your questions in the comments, and I would be very happy to assist you. Once again, thank you for love, and thank you for watching this video. See you in the part 2.